everybody. It's Georgia Rose in the Soul Space. Welcome. I'm glad that you're taking some time to join me today, either watching or listening or both. Really great. So I'm all by myself tonight, so call into the show and keep me company because I'm going to do readings. I have all my cards laid out, and I want to do some readings for you folks out there. Last night we had a fabulous event here at Paradise Studios. Myself and Joanne, Reverend Joanne from Joanne's Healing Within. She's on Sundays at 3 o'clock on Strong Island Television. And we did a reading and Reiki event. It was very powerful. New Moon and Lionsgate had us, man, people were coming through, let me tell you. We did a lot of readings, a lot of medium work. We gave an activation to everybody. If anybody's out there listening that was here for the event last night, I'd love to hear your experiences or what you thought of the event. We've got some pictures up on Paradise Studios, so stay tuned for the next event. I'm actually going to be doing a Reiki event for breast cancer and gynecological cancer people who are in treatment, survivors, and also their caregivers tomorrow at Long Island Yoga in Babylon. And that's a free event. So if anyone you know might want to partake of that, just come on down, 7:30 tomorrow night at Long Island Yoga. So I wanted to start by telling you guys a little story because I usually start with the astrology, but I'm not going to do that today because I feel like you guys have probably heard enough about Lionsgate and the astrology and all the planets moving around to the point where you're probably a little dizzy. So I wanted to tell you a little story today. I have actually been going through years of my personal writing. I did a blog for many years, which right now is not published. It was online for a good 10 years, decade, called The Rose Blog. It was my experiences as I went through my soul journey. And I was really, going through a lot of that stuff because we're going to put it in a book. And it brought out a lot of things that happened on my journey that were really synchronistic and really uncanny, and how I opened as a psychic and astrologer and how it all came to be. And one of the stories, I've told a couple of them already on the show, but one of the stories that I love is the synchronicity of one time. It was after Superstorm Sandy, and my neighborhood was really devastated by the floodwaters that came in, and I, all of you who know me in my earthbound life, I'm a realtor, so of course that business was really not doing so great at the time. And I was on my spiritual track, and I decided to, since I couldn't really do much real estate, everyone was rebuilding, I said, you know what, I'm going to try to do a little bit more of my spiritual. And I decided that I wanted to give back to my community in some way. So I got this crazy idea. It was almost like something you do when you were in college or something. I don't know. I just had a lot of nerve doing this. This was back in 2012. And I decided I was going to open my house and do an evening of a girls' night in. And I actually, I charged like $10 or something, and I got all these vendors, and I had them come to the house, and I had like somebody who did essential oils, and I had somebody who did clothing, like spiritual clothing, and I had somebody who did Reiki, and I had all these things. I set up little tents in my backyard, and I did this huge event. I put signs all over town. I bought 10 signs. I had a big banner on the porch at my house, come on in, and I just opened my house to everybody in the community for a night of, I think it was spiritual adventures, shopping, and fun. That's what we called it. It was called Girls' Night In. And it was, looking back now, I would never do something like that now, probably because, I don't know, I'm a little more closed off to the outside world as I've become more and more spiritual. I know that doesn't sound right, but, you become a little more cautious of the energy that you let in. But I just threw my doors to my house open, and that night, I have to tell you, was fabulous. I met so many people who became lifelong friends, like since 2012, friends from last decade. And it was just one of those nights where people like walking in off the street, and everybody was really in a vibe and love. And I was thinking about that today because I actually uncovered one of the stories I wrote about that night, and how it was so important to be open and trust. And, of course, we're all a little, with the pandemic now, I would never do something like that. We're all a little more closed. But that night was really synchronicity at its highest form. I opened my heart, I opened my home, I had all spiritual people in, and it was just this crazy vibe of love and spirituality. Like, people didn't even want to leave at the end of the night. And it was just one of these grassroots things. So I bring that up because I really want to encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone. Be safe, but step out of your comfort zone and just put love where there is none. Do something that really brings the community into your home or into your place of business, or just give back in some way and create a life that's really full of pleasure and full of joy and new experiences, because that's really what I took out of that night. I had been in detriment with some things in my life for a while, and the people that I met that night were just so upbeat and positive and joyful. It was like the angels just had a light on my house and brought people in. It was just a really cool night. But it reminded me, when I read the story today, it was reminding me about how, like when you were a kid in college and you'd throw a party, and wouldn't even know who'd come, It was almost like that, but only it was a really good vibe. So Gina Marie's watching. I've got a few people out there. My comments are stuck. We'll unstick them in a little bit. There they go. Michelle, how are you? Michelle is one of my yoga buddies. I actually was in the studio this morning. You'll be proud of me. I came back to yoga. I missed a couple weeks. I had some workmen at my house, and I couldn't leave. Who else is in here tonight? So I'm going to be picking cards and doing readings tonight. So anybody wants to call into the show, numbers on the screen. And keep me company, because I'm here all alone in the studio tonight. I don't have a guest. While we're waiting for some calls in, I am going to pick some cards and see what's going on with the general energy in the world right now. Just a card for everybody. One of the things I loved about the event that we did last night here at Paradise Studios was Joanne, my co-host, is a numerologist. So she was picking a lot of numbers and things. So next time we do an event, you guys have to really come in. It was very interesting. So I'm going to start shuffling. I'm going to use my Circle of Light cards tonight too. Those are the cards that I have created. You can get them on my website. Hi, Christine. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Janine. So we're going to start doing some whoop, something flew out of the deck. This is for the collective. Uh-oh, it says life review. And that's what I'm doing as I'm going through 10 years of writing and blogs. You should see the den in my house. My family room is just covered with all of my writing. If there's any literary agents listening, hey, I need somebody. So, hi, Darlene. How are you? So I'm going to pull some cards for the collective. Man, these are flipping cards tonight. Okay. And we've got Circle of Light, which are my cards. I'm going to pull one of those. One of the things I love about card pulls is a lot of times you'll do it and they'll be very synchronistic and they'll all like have very much the same meaning. When I put cards out like this, and every reader reads differently, but when I put cards out like this, I'm looking for it to tell me a story. I'm going to face them for the camera. And the story is going to go this way because that's the way it's on camera for me. I picked the number 1 card, which is Creation, out of the Circle of Light deck. And that is the coolest thing because last night the event was all about creation because we're in Lionsgate. And the Lionsgate 8-8 portal, which was yesterday, is all about creation. And we talked a lot about empowering ourselves to create a life we love and how powerful we all really are when we start to eliminate blocks. So the first card I pulled tonight was the card that actually flew out of the deck, and that's Life Review. And if you look at this card, it's got a lot of light around the person. And what a life review is Archangel Jeremiel. And life review is a very important part of the soul journey when you're in the beginning stages. It's almost like any 12-step program you go through will tell you to do a review and make amends and all those kinds of things. So life review from a spiritual perspective is reflecting, being introspective about your life and really being honest about where did I, maybe misstep, and where did I maybe betray someone, or maybe somewhere I wasn't completely honest, and maybe there's some place that I actually betrayed myself. And those are the things that you want to look at in your life and correct and see what do I need to do in order to change something that will bring me to a higher octave of energy and a better place in my own life. So life review is one of the first things we do when we are starting on the spiritual path. So we have a caller. Hello, caller. Hi, welcome to the Soul Space. Who am I talking to?
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I was at yoga this morning. We missed you.
Hi, Michelle. How are you? I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So if you could turn down your radio or Alexa or device, whatever you're watching us on.
Okay. Is that a little bit better?
That's better, yep. So what can I do for you tonight? Do you have a question? Are you looking to have a reading?
I'm looking for a reading, if that would be okay.
Okay. I'm actually going to leave these cards on the table because I want to get back to them, and I'm going to pick other cards for you, and that's okay because Spirit is telling me it's okay to do it that way.
Perfect.
I'm actually going to pick a card from the Soul card deck for you, and then I'm going to pick a tarot card.
Sounds great.
I'm getting that you, are you waiting to hear some news of some kind?
Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like a lot of optimism surrounding you right now.
Okay. Optimism for me. Okay.
Yeah, whatever you're waiting to hear about, this is going to be a really good thing for you.
Okay, great. Awesome.
It does bring change, but I think it's long overdue. I think it's something that you want to change.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm getting, they're telling me to pick this card. Yeah, I'm getting the Knight of Swords, Michelle. And the Knight of Swords, I'm going to put this on camera. The Knight of Swords is actually a card that is something happening quickly. Like you get this news and you have to move fast. So whatever this is, be prepared that the decision that's going to come to you is going to be probably, if you're looking for a yes or you're looking for an affirmation, that comes. But it might come that you have to do something quicker than you thought you would.
Okay.
So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what they're telling me. So,
awesome.
Because usually when I see Knight of Swords come in, it's almost like my 911 card. But in this situation, I don't want to say 911 because that always has a negative connotation. And this is really good stuff for you. I feel like you've manifested this with your vibration. Like you've been putting so much great stuff on this. And the other card that I pulled is this Soul card. I'm going to put this down so you can see. I always have to look for the light so that we don't get a gloss on here. So this is a person, and if you can really see this card up close, it's like this person is reaching out for this beautiful arc of light.
Love it.
And I feel like that's you reaching for whatever it is that you want, and you're actually going to be pulling it down and bringing it towards you. Like your energy is right there.
That's beautiful.
So do you have a question that you want to ask me?
I'm working with letting stuff go, so I think that that's really very appropriate.
Yeah, and I feel like you have a guide that's really working with you, because I feel in this card there's two figures. There's someone who looks almost like a mentor, and then there's almost someone who looks childlike. And I feel like you're the childlike person. Not that you're a child, but that you're letting go of things from the past and you're being born anew. And I feel like there's someone very important in your life that's a mentor, someone that you've been listening to or seeking advice from in a way, maybe not even speaking to them directly, but listening to them or listening to some kind of a teaching from them, and it's really changing things for you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
It definitely helps. Yes.
Right. So this card is definitely, stick with that mentor because this is bringing you a tremendous amount of light into your life.
Yes.
Good things are coming for you. And when they come, they start to, it's almost like, how like you break the ice and then everything starts coming in rapid succession. That's what I feel happens for you. Like something changes and then it brings a lot of other things right after it, like a domino effect.
Okay.
So keep doing what you're doing. Your energy feels really good. And it's almost like this mentor or teachings are embracing you and bringing you up to this light so that you can reach it.
Great.
So the message that I have for you, and I'm going to leave you with this, is what in the past seemed to be out of reach is going to be right in your hand shortly.
Love it. Thank you so much, Georgia.
Yeah, no, I feel that strongly. Just keep your energy pure and keep manifesting, and doing the work because you're in a really good place.
Great.
All right, sweetie?
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
So I want to get back to the collective reading because I think it's important when we look at life review and creation in these cards. As I said, a life review is something that, do we have another call, Bob? No. Life review is something that when you're on the beginnings of your spiritual path and throughout your spiritual path, you're going to take a look back, not to wallow in the past or stay in a wound, but in order to bring yourself forward and use whatever you need to bring forward to make your life better. The creation card is right next to that card, and this is the number 1 card in my deck of Circle of Light. Creation doesn't just mean creation like when the world was born. We utilize and go into the energy of creation every day when we create our choices and our lives, and we make decisions and we decide. Even a decision not to decide is a decision. So creation is really your choices. You create more of you with every choice you make. So when you look back at a life review and you bring forward the things you need to change, we use creation and creativity to make those changes in our life. The next card that I pulled was You Know What to Do. And this is very indicative of a lot of times we doubt ourselves. We betray ourselves by giving someone else the authority in our life. Last night at the event we had, I talked about how sometimes we give our magic wand of self-worth to someone else. And we hand them this wand, and then from then on in, they make the decision and tell us what we are really worth through their criticism or their praise of us. We know what to do, though. We have to keep that wand in our own possession and be the bearers of our own value. And the way we do that is by listening to our own intuition and what our body tells us is right and wrong for us. When we give our power over to someone else, we immediately lose power. The other way we lose power, and this is really appropriate right now for all the things that are going on in the world, is we get really riled up about things that are going to happen. And when we get riled up about things, whether it's a pandemic or political things, we lose our power. Because when we are in that negative emotion or anger or frustration, we're not really focused clearly. Everything in life is like a negotiation, right? And the one who cares the least in any negotiation is the winner. So you cannot let outside forces rile you up. You know what to do deep within yourself at all times. We just think we don't know. We think we have to seek advice from other people and we have to listen to other authorities that maybe don't even know as much about us as we do. But we always know what to do if we go into the stillness and listen to our own voice. And then I have this beautiful soul card that I picked from the deck. And if you look at this, it has a figure laying on the ground, almost looking like in a fetal position, and it's looking up at this beautiful light. To me, this signifies the light of the world, golden light of Christ, which we're feeling a lot in the collective right now. And it's someone, to me, it looks like this is a card of hope. Someone who's maybe in a little bit of deprivation, suffering, frustration, and looking up and seeing the light that's there in the world for all of us to grab. How do we grab that light? Through our choices. Like I was just saying, our choices are the things that go into creating our life. So we choose to be happy. We choose to be in love. We choose to be in fear. We choose to make mountains out of molehills. We choose to get riled up about things that are happening in the collective, or we choose to be in love. I could be talking to someone right now and be, criticizing politics and criticizing the pandemic and criticizing everything. But instead I choose to spend an hour with all of you, putting love and wisdom out in the world. So that creates more of my life, and every choice we make creates more of our life. And then I have the Tower card in reverse. The Tower card in Tarot is a card of everything falling away. It's almost like, those times in our life that I like to call healing crises, when things fall away and start to, change, our life changes, maybe we lose the job or the relationship or everything at once. That's a tower. That's everything just falling out of the tower. That's how this card depicts things. Lightning striking our lives. But it was in the reverse position, which means that this is probably the worst is over. The worst is in the past for us. Especially if we're getting spiritually enlightened, the worst is going to be over because we have the tools to deal with whatever happens in our life. But this card is very significant to me of the collective energy right now that's in the world, especially in the world of power, politics, the world stage. There are a lot of things that are falling away, a lot of institutions that are crumbling. The astrology is really, forcing that energy to come to a head. Anything that has been dishonest, hidden, is going to come to light, has been coming to light since January of 2020. And for the next 6 months in 2021, that's going to happen huge in the collective. And it'll happen somewhat in our own lives as well. So make sure you're, keeping it real, guys. Then I have the Devil card. There's a Capricorn card. Pluto's still in Capricorn. Pluto is very responsible for a lot of what I just said with the destruction and of institutions and the tumbling down of anything that's been false or not in light. And then we have this beautiful card of renewal, which is the Nine of Pentacles. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but the Nine of Pentacles traditionally is abundance, new beginnings. There's all kinds of flowers and leaves in the robe of this beautiful garment, and that is renewal. That is new beginnings, new growth. And the light of the yellow all over this card shows hope, renewal. It's also indicative of Lionsgate, the sun in Leo, very powerful energy. So what does the story tell us? The story tells us that through our own life reviews and the choices that we make, we have the opportunity to create new things by being honest with ourselves and going into the light. The answers to those choices are in our own mind as we become illuminated and we know what we have to do. We have to look up. We have to reach up. Don't reach down. Don't look down. Reach up for all of the answers. The tower is past. This was in reversed. So the worst is over. We're hopeful. Pluto is still in Capricorn, but it's bringing us the energy of transformation, transfiguration as new hope, and the sun comes into our energy field. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Christine. So if anybody wants a reading, call into the show. If nobody calls in, I'm just going to start picking cards. So keep me company, guys. Anybody have any questions about the astrology or about the collective right now that you want to talk about or ask me about? I'm here to just answer all of your questions. We got a lot of people online right now, so call into the show. Numbers on the screen. I've got Gina, Darlene, Michelle, Denise, Christine Pepe, Kim Murray, Joanna Maya. I hope you're feeling well. Terry Frattini, how are you doing, Terry? I'm glad you found me. Lori, oh, that's great. I know she always has meetings when I'm on. Elaine, Elaine is the best tarot reader in the world, better than even me. Linda Amori, how are you doing? So I wanted also to ask everyone in the Zen Huda community that's watching here now in our soul space to send out some love to a couple of people. First one is John Mineta. He was a guest on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's having a little surgery tomorrow. He's going to be fine, but if everyone could just send him hearts and love and just, peace and good energy. We have a caller. Hello, you're on the Soul Space. This is Georgia Rose.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Can you turn your device down because I'm getting an echo?
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I just, do you hear anything?
Now I can hear you. Great.
Excellent. Thank you.
So who am I talking to?
My name is Kim.
Hi, Kim. How are you doing tonight?
Very good, thank you.
So do you have something you want me to do a reading about or anything specific?
Yes, I would. I am in the process right now of selling my home, starting a new beginning.
Well, you didn't call me.
Well, trying to be happy about it, but also having a great deal of sadness with taking my things and putting them aside and saying, I love this, but I just have to get rid of it.
Right.
Or I have to donate it. This isn't a part of my life anymore. I have to let it go. Very hard for me to let things go.
You have to let someone else have it and restore it, right? I will tell you that's a big part of the energy right now. And actually, Lionsgate and our energy of the cosmos and the astrological energy right now is really in play to make it easier for you to let go to a lot of things. A lot of that is karmic. So when you're going through some of the things in the house and I'll give you an example. I recently had a huge box, like a big plastic tote, like one of the really big ones, and it was filled with awards. I've been a realtor for 25 years in my earthbound life, and at the top of my game, I was in the top 1% nationally and had awards like cray-cray for 25 years. So I had this big box full of like awards and plaques and all these accolades, letters from like big people and whatever. And I don't want it. What the hell am I going to do with that crap? So I know who I am. I don't need to look at a plaque. So I took pictures of them just in case I ever need to use them for anything or somebody asked me about anything. But I threw them all out. And I held on to that stuff for 25 years. So if there's something that is part of you but has been more of an ego thing, like test yourself and say, is this my heart or is this just my ego? Because if it's egoic, take a picture of it. You know, keep it in your camera file or on your computer. Even stuff like when you have children, sometimes you don't want to throw away their artwork or things like that. Just take a picture of it.
Yes,
Works
I
for
have
me.
a lot of that. I haven't started that, but you're absolutely right. I am living in a home that my parents gave me. So I
Yeah.
also have things in the
You've got
attic from them.
generations.
So we're
Yeah.
talking about a 65-year marriage.
Yeah, that's hard. I
And
did that with
that's
my
gonna
mom
be
and dad.
hard.
It's hard. But you know what I'm going to tell you, and this is going to sound really harsh, but I purged my whole house. It took me 3 years. I purged my whole house. I lived there almost 20 years. And the reason I did it is because when my mom and dad died, and my mother and father died 6 months apart, and they both had their own homes, they were divorced when I was a teenager. I had to clean out, you know, 2 places with my sisters. And I realized, and this is going to sound really harsh, but no one wants your crap. And and I realized that. So, like, what I did was I was brutal with myself, and I would make a pass and then throw some stuff out, and then I'd have to make another pass like a year later. So it was gradual, which you, of course, have a timeline. But I didn't want to do to anyone what happened with my mom and dad, and I was like, I don't want anyone to have to clean out my stuff. So I took care of it. So think of it that way too. Like if something happened to you, you wouldn't want, you know, your child or your niece or nephew or sister or brother to have to go through, you know, 70 years worth of stuff there.
Right, right. That's
So-
absolutely true.
Yeah.
My cousin had said that to me. She was wonderful going through things with me. She goes, is this your heart? If this is your heart, we'll save it. Anything else, let's donate.
Right, right.
And she helped me go through a room that was all of my children, even myself, who would just put things
Yeah.
in. Oh, I'll look through that later.
Yeah. Yeah.
10 years later, it's still up there.
Yeah, see, I
So
know,
she
because
said to me-
I was divorced 10 years ago, and I held on to my wedding dress for like 7 years. Because I just loved the dress, and I loved that day. And even though we're no longer together, that was one of the best days of my life. And so it was just a great, loving celebration day, you know. And so finally what I did was, 2 summers ago, I actually lit a fire in my backyard and burned it. And it wasn't a burning.
I cannot believe you just said that.
Yeah,
I had
it was
lost
very
my
cathartic.
home. My ex-husband did not want to pay, so he walked out on my family. And when I left that house, I went upstairs, I took my wedding gown, and I burned it
There
in
you
my
go.
wood coal burning stove as I left the house.
There you go.
And I
And that
said,
was a great feeling because the reason why I did that was not in anger or frustration or anything like that. I did it because I felt by burning it, I was putting the energy of it out into the universe. And
Yes,
the
I
energy
felt
of
I
it
was
will
letting
always be
go.
in my heart. Anytime I want to feel that dress, I can picture myself in it that day and how happy I was. And so I don't need it to be attached to the material of it.
yes.
And that's the lesson.
Amazing.
Yeah, so think about that when you know and your cousin is absolutely right. Heart or head. If it belongs to the head, take a picture of
Right.
it, and eventually you'll take that off your camera roll too. So I pulled
Right.
3 tarot cards for you as we were talking.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to tell you, the first one that came up is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, if Bobby can zero in on this for me. Bobby is my wonderful producer. If any of you come to an event at Paradise Studios, you're going to meet him. He does an open jam on Friday nights. You got to come down, guys, because we have everything here from like great music to poetry to card pulls. You never know who's going to walk in the studio. So the first card I pulled for you was the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is carrying other people's burdens. So that's why you're surrounded by all this stuff, because a lot of it is probably a pattern of in your life. You've always been the one to help everyone. You've been the caretaker. You've been carrying on a lot of other burdens, and all of this stuff around you is symbolic of that. So the karmic pattern that you need to shed is taking care of you and putting yourself first in many occasions. And that doesn't mean you're going to turn into a witch or a cold person or you're not going to help people. It just means that you're going to be worried about your own burdens before everybody else.
Yes, that is very true.
And that's what you do. So you need to do. So as you're
Mhm.
throwing things out, as you're giving things away to charity, remember you're clearing things to make space for you. It's not a loss, it's a gain because now you have more space
Yes.
to do things for yourself. The next card that I got was the Wheel of Fortune, which is in the reverse position, which to me means this is something you're working on. And for me, the Wheel of Fortune is balance in our lives. It's balancing the material and the spiritual and the emotional and the physical, all realms. And so that's really what you're working on. And this is so cathartic for you. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to let go of things, but I will tell you, Kim, that in the end, you're going to feel so much lighter and have so much energy. There's so many good things coming for you. And you know that. You know that deep inside. And the reason why I say that is because the last card that I picked for you was the High Priestess card. The High Priestess card is someone who has a great intuition, knows things, and also is very, very good at reading people and knowing what someone needs. You're very compassionate and you're very empathetic. You really know how to help people and what people need. Do you do something where you're like counseling people or working with people or listening with people?
Not right now.
Is that something that you want to do?
But that's something that I've always done.
Okay, because that's what this card is showing me, that once you clear the debris from your life, that's going to come up. And you're going to be finding that you want to do that. You have a very you have a lot of empathy and you have a very compassionate way about you.
Thank you.
So what you are doing right now with your home and parents' home, the home you have, it's all part of a bigger plan for you as far as life purpose. So try and actually be an observer and observe the sensations as you're going through this, and don't make it a negative.
Yes, I will. Right, because I have been making some things a negative.
Yeah, this really isn't.
Can't.
I don't feel the energy is a negative at all for you. I'm going to pick an angel card to confirm the reading, but I'm feeling like it feels heavy right now, and I get that. It's always heavy. You're going through a lot of memories, but it's almost like a file cabinet. If you can picture a big file cabinet, and the files are all getting organized in the right place now, where for years you've been avoiding that file cabinet. So in the end, this is going to be so great for you. I feel like this is a big move for you. Are you moving far?
To Delaware.
Yeah. Okay. That's so funny. It's where I want to move to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually pick a angel card for you. Okay. So now both your parents are passed, Kim?
Yes. Yes, they are.
And as you've been finding things, have there been some synchronistic things and signs that you've gotten, especially from your dad?
Yes.
Because the card I just got, if Bobby wants to zero in on camera, the card we just got was Hello from Heaven.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Dad.
If Bobby can zero in on it, he'll show it to you on the camera. There you go. Hello from Heaven. And I want to tell you, your father's coming in for me, telling me he's so proud of you. And he's telling me that you're doing something he could never do. So I don't know if he was someone who held on to things.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Because he's showing me
yes,
that.
I had cleared out. I had to clear out his home in Delray while I was taking care of him here in New York. Very harsh for me.
Yeah. So he's sending you love. Mom's right behind him sending love too. But I just want you to know this is all part of a bigger plan. So every time you feel heavy, just rejoice in the fact that you are going to be so much lighter and there's great things ahead for you.
Oh, thank you so much. This was a wonderful phone call for me. I really needed this. I needed this boost, especially being that we are in the Lion's Gate. And,
yeah.
I feel such a connection. I would say the last 6 days, I had said to my cousin, I feel we're going to have big moments going on right now.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
You know.
And I'm telling you, you're in a really good place. Instead of focusing on loss, focus on gain and focus on the balance. Because what I
Great.
will tell you, I'm someone, both my parents are gone. I've lost a tremendous amount of people in my life, friends and family alike. And one thing I can tell you is that no one can take away your memories or the way that they made you feel and the way you made them feel. Love is eternal. Just the fact that I pulled this card and I went right to the angel deck and I knew your dad was going to come in. Love is everlasting. It doesn't matter if you have a table or a curtain or a dress. It's the love.
Mm-hmm.
And just remember that, because it's all around you, all around you. So powerful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good evening, Kim.
Oh,
Good luck
enjoyed
with
it
your
so much,
move.
you too. Thank you so much. I'll be
Everybody in the
following you on
Zencuda
Facebook.
community, send some hearts to Kim
Yes.
for her move and send her some love. Everybody
Thank you
out
so
there.
much.
We're sending you love, baby.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless. Bye.
So I have a question. Do we have a caller, Bobby? Okay.
We're sending you love, baby.
Okay. Hi, you're on the Soul Space. This is Georgia Rose.
Hi, this is Chris.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I am doing okay. Is this Chris Camerata or no?
Oh, no, this
Okay.
is Christine Norton.
Okay, because I just didn't know because I had somebody on chat. So, Christine, what can we do for you tonight? What is the question that you have that you want me to pull some cards for?
It's in regards to my kids. I just want to make sure that they're all going to be okay, being
Okay.
a typical mom.
Do you?
Especially my youngest one. She's going through a heartbreak right now.
Okay, I'm getting the number 3. Do you have 3 children?
Yes.
Okay, as soon as you said kids, I got 3. Is that 2 boys and a girl?
No, it's 2 girls and a boy.
Okay, I got the 3 right. The youngest you're worried about, boy or girl?
Girl.
Okay, so I'm getting the right energy then. Does she have something health-wise that you're worried about?
No.
Because I'm getting
No,
something
just-
about, for some reason I'm getting something about food and eating.
No, she's okay with that.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing something. No, it's just, boyfriend, boys.
Yeah, of
And
course. Always, no
breaks
matter
my
how
heart.
old we are, we women are always over the boys. Okay, so I'm going to pull some tarot and then I'm going to pull an angel card. I am getting something around food for her, so I don't know if she needs to eat more healthy or if there's a food disorder or whatever, but I get something that, because they keep telling me that is correct, something with food. Does the
Okay.
boyfriend work in a restaurant?
No.
There's I'm trying to find what it is, but they're definitely telling me something with food. So just keep an
I'll
eye
keep
on
an
that.
eye on it.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. And I hate to be persistent and have someone keep saying no, but sometimes you know what you know.
Right, no.
Yeah.
It's funny, my husband always says that, is she eating enough? I'm like, yeah, she's eating. She's very into her doing exercises, but maybe she's
Yeah,
not eating
I-
as much as
I
I think
Keep an eye on
she
that.
should be.
Yeah. I don't think she's eating enough. I think she needs to be more healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pull some cards. How old is your daughter?
22.
Okay. Is she in school or no?
No, she just finished.
Okay.
That's another thing. She doesn't know what she wants to do.
Yeah, because I feel like she needs to go back to school. Like, I don't know if she has a graduate program or something, but I'm getting that this girl really needs structure.
Yes.
She's been out of structure for a little while and focusing too much on this relationship that's not going where she wants it to go. And I
Yep.
feel like she needs structure in her life. So as her mom, you have to let go. She's 22, but maybe some positive encouragement in that direction with some
Okay.
kind of graduate school or something. Because I feel like she won't give up on this guy, but what I'm seeing is he's done.
Okay.
So I don't think that relationship is coming back, but I do feel like there's someone else in her life that's coming in, but it's being blocked by the fact that she's so focused on this other relationship.
Okay.
But I don't think she should go back there either.
No, I don't.
I-
Trust me, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I'm not getting a good vibe on that, and I hate to give relationship advice that way because it's going to be whatever someone's choice is. But
Yep.
but I just feel like there is someone else for her. She just hasn't met him yet. He's in
Okay.
her periphery. Because I feel like she will get over this heartbreak because I have the literal heartbreak card came out. Cards are really with us tonight, boy. Really right dead on. Got this heartbreak card come up, but it's in reverse. So she's going to move away from that. But I'm going to tell
Okay.
you, you've got to try and gentle persuasion. At the state that she's in right now, she's just going to resent you if you come on strong. So,
Yes.
so gentle persuasion. See if you can get her in some kind of a program. What did she graduate for?
Criminal justice.
Yeah, she needs either to start putting her job applications out there or go into some kind of a program or another sequence of school. She has to have structure in her life.
Yes.
I just feel so strongly, and I don't usually get that impression from a 22-year-old person, but she really, really has to have that. She's got a little bit too much time on her hands right now, and that's why she's obsessing a little bit about this situation.
Okay.
There's abundance waiting for her and a new beginning waiting for her, but I have the card reversed, which means it can't come in because she's blocking it with this other person. One of the things I tell men and women alike is when you are pining or you really want a relationship with someone and no one new will come in if that energy is still around you. You know, you could be sitting on a bar stool and a guy will sit next to you and he's not going to talk to you even if you're alone because he senses there is somebody else there. It's an energetic imprint. So she's got to really kind of clear that and put her mind elsewhere because there is someone who wants to come in. There's a new relationship coming in, but it won't come in while she's in this particular mindset.
Right, right.
The card that I pulled, and I think this is more for you, for the situation, is patience. This is all going to work out. It's Archangel Jophiel, which is the beauty angel. And it says, dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Just it needs patience for nurturing. It's like growing a garden.
Okay.
So it's gonna be fine, but gentle persuasion as her mom I keep saying, get her in some kind of a structured program because that's what she needs. But move away from the past. She needs to move forward. There's a lot of great things coming in her future.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, okay?
Okay.
Have a great night.
You too now. Thank you. Be blessed.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So I just want to answer Christine Camarada online. She's asking, how do you feel about how we should deal with the new fear of the COVID variant? I don't want to give medical advice because I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to talk about getting vaccinated or not getting vaccinated on this program because I feel that's a personal choice, whatever you feel you need to do. But what I will say is that everyone has a comfort level. And one of the things that we did learn through COVID, there were 3 lessons we learned through COVID, but one of them was, I'll go do the other 2 on a different show, but was interdependence. And interdependence is the reality, whether you like it or not, that everything we do affects other people. So whatever your personal decision is about vax, not vax, whatever, realize that there's a way that may affect other people and be safe accordingly and make sure others are safe as well. As far as the fear, I think what you have to do, and I'm going to credit my yoga teacher, Jackie. We were talking about this morning, and she was really right, and I've heard other people say the same thing. Stay present in the moment. Right now, I'm healthy. I can't worry about what might happen tomorrow. I have to just function, peak capacity, maximum potential for how I'm feeling right now and everything I can do with my day and be productive and be in love. If we live in worry and fear, we rob ourselves of the moments when we're healthy. And life can turn on a dime for any of us. Whether we're vaccinated, not vaccinated, whether we're masked or not masked, it doesn't matter. Life can change. We all know that. So stay present, stay in love. Don't be fearful. Be safe. Be concerned. Be diligent. Be responsible, as you would be with any kind of illness. I have a friend in the hospital right now. I chose not to visit them. I don't want to go to a hospital right now if I'm really healthy and I'm well. It's just not a good place for me to be. So I made that decision. But someone else may want to go to a hospital and visit someone, and that's okay. So I think what we have to do is just not deal with the fear by allowing it in, put love there, and know right now I'm totally healthy and I'm feeling good and I have great energy, and that's all I'm going to worry about. So I hope that answers your question, Christine, because I think we all need to stay in that. Okay, so we had a caller. Hi, welcome to the Soul Space.
Yes, hi, Georgia Rose.
Hi, David. How are you doing?
Hi, trying to get a hold of you.
We've been busy. We have a lot of people who call the show.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while.
So I'm going to pick a card for you. What's your question?
My question, well, I have two questions. One, my friend Bob passed away last month, July 31st, of the full moon. And my second question is about moving to Arizona, because getting rid of a lot of stuff.
Okay. So I'm going to do the first question is moving to Arizona. All right. Can you turn your computer down, David, because I'm getting an echo?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I don't think the Arizona move is going to happen to maybe in the future, but not right now.
Okay.
I feel like there's some things that need to be done at home, some situations that need to actually be, use these cards, situation that needs to actually be reconciled. Your mom is home now, correct? I know she was ill.
She's been home since a month ago, July 26th.
Yeah, I think she still has a little bit of recovery to do. She's not 100% yet. I think the Arizona move might not happen until 2022.
Okay.
Now, as far as your friend Bob, I'm going to pull an angel card because he's not coming through for me, but I'm going to pull an angel card to see if maybe he'll give us a card. Creative writing, Archangel Gabriel. So you're missing this person?
I've been missing him for 6 years. Maybe 6 years next year.
Okay.
But it's been 5 years this past month, July 31st.
Okay, because the cards that came out were creative writing and comfort. And what I'm taking from those cards, David, is that you might want to write down some of your memories or some of your thoughts, because I think it might give you comfort to just remember him and maybe some of the funny times or the good times that you had with him.
Yeah. I do miss him.
Yeah, and when you miss him, just kind of give a little smile to him up at heaven, you know, and say, I'm really glad you were my friend, and I know you're not here now, but I know he's looking down on you.
Yeah.
All right? And give Mom my love, and, keep taking good care of Mom. She's got to get 100% if you guys are going to move.
Oh, definitely. My workers are coming over tomorrow to help with that, with the moving situation and everything else going on with Mom, too.
Great. Very good. All right. You have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So I want to see if we have any other questions in chat. Stay in the present moment. Yeah, that's what Jackie actually said in class today, Michelle. So we have another caller. Hi, this is Georgia Rose. You're welcome to the Soul Space.
Hi, Georgia Rose. It's Terry. I'm so glad I got the chance to talk to you tonight.
Hi, Terry. How are you doing? I haven't spoken to you in weeks.
I know it's since you moved, it just falls on a night. I usually go to my meetings every week, but I'm in the mountains. I took a trip by myself. I'm here.
Nice. I wish I was.
It's called me, and I'm here. So I just wanted to ask you a question. You know, I've been working on a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm still headed in the right direction. And I think being here in the mountains really confirms that for me.
Okay.
I still feel a little blocked. I think I'm probably doing it to myself.
Right. Well, let's pick some cards for you. Let's pick some cards for you. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, though.
No, I'm just going to ask you to see what might come up with that.
Okay.
If I'm...
All right. So for those of you out in the Zenkuda community, Terry is somebody who's called the show in the past, and she's really a warrior. She's been on her soul path and really making a lot of changes in her life this year. And so we're going to pull some cards for her. I think it's great that you went away. Is it beautiful where you are? What mountains are you in?
Up in North Carolina mountains. Yeah.
Ooh, like by Asheville?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Right outside Boone.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, card flew
And a
out of the
beautiful
deck.
view on my front deck, so of the mountains, literally.
So I am going to pick 3 cards and that one that fell out. Terry, you're my Empress tonight. We just got the same cards. You guys saw me shuffle them. I got my Knight of Swords again. Okay, so first of all, this is like you on the mountain. Bobby, need a close-up? This is... I'm ordering my producer around now. I feel like Oprah. So, Terry, this is you on the mountain. If you can see this card, it's actually the Three of Wands. And this is you looking out at the horizon, seeking answers, looking for your messages. And they're coming because, again, Knight of Swords. We got that once before tonight. Knight of Swords is somebody coming in quickly, messages coming, boom, 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 boom. Almost like Morse code, I feel like. You needed this solitude, and I do think you're going to get messages because I got the Page of Wands with the Knight of Swords, which means communication. Page of Wands is communication. Pages bring messages. So I would definitely, if you can, I would definitely go out and meditate out in nature, like under the stars or under the sky. I feel like you're going to get a lot of energy, a lot of messages, and it's very heightened right now with Lionsgate. The reason I feel like that is because I have this beautiful Empress card. And the Empress card is a card of someone sitting on their throne, being the queen of their life, being in full sovereignty. It's a Venus card. We have the planet Venus right here, symbolically in the card. There's all roses all over her robes. There's a beautiful garland of flowers on her head, and she has a scepter, and again, the yellow in the background. This is a card of new beginnings and love, and feeling, almost like when someone is royal or someone is exalted, that kind of love. And it's love from the Spirit. It's love from the Father. So you are definitely connected. You just have to get back into that connection. I'm glad to see that you're doing that with nature. Do you have any question for me about those cards?
Oh, no, it's perfect. It just validates what I'm feeling, and I just need to keep myself open and sit out here in the morning and in the evening and
absolutely
and let it come to me.
Yeah,
in faith.
And I'm going to pick an angel card for you because I want to confirm the reading. But I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of things that are happening right now in nature, like signs and things that are happening that are very appropriate. So when you go out, just try and, we call this the doorway meditation. You step outside and you just let your eyes like scan the landscape, scan the periphery. And what that does is, the Indians do it, indigenous people. It gives you a hawk eye. You're going to see signs in nature that you wouldn't normally see. So really be noticing an observer of the sensations that are up there in the mountains, because there's things there that are speaking to you. You just haven't heard it yet.
Okay.
Compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Look at the light in this card is amazing. It's Archangel Zadkiel. He's a very powerful angel. It says, soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So when you're up there on the mountain doing your little retreat and you're going to get signs in nature, I want you also to send compassion even for those people in your life who don't have compassion.
Okay.
One of the hardest lessons we have in life is showing compassion for the compassionless. But we must.
Right.
We must. And that's going to be very healing for you, okay?
Okay, perfect.
So,
thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. And we're sending you love, and everybody in the community sending you love to Terry Frattini. She is a hell of
And
a
all
warrior.
love to you guys, too.
Oh, thank you, Terry. So that's our show for tonight. We have Teresa coming on after me and with Tea Time, and you're going to love that show. So keep in touch here on Strong Island Television. If you want to reach out to me personally, you can PM me on any one of my Facebook sites or Instagram as Zenkuda Official. And of course, you can always find me on YouTube, where we have over 100 videos, including lots of meditations and wisdom. Thanks so much, everybody. I will see you next Monday right here in the Soul Space.